My friends, today we're going to explore a profound truth that has the power to transform your life. It's a simple idea, yet one that many of us struggle to fully embrace. Are you ready? Hear it, eyes. You cannot let that sink in for a moment. It's not just about being comfortable in your own skin. It's about genuinely enjoying your own company, about becoming your own best friend. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. That's easier said than done. And you're absolutely right. It is. But let me tell you something. It's a journey worth taking. It's a journey that will not only eradicate loneliness from your life, but will also open doors to joy, fulfillment, and personal growth that you never thought possible. You see, we live in a world that often equates being alone with being lonely. We're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us we need others to be happy, that we're somehow incomplete on our own. And while human connection is indeed beautiful and necessary, it's not the whole story. The truth is, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. Think about it for a moment. How much time do you spend seeking validation from others? How often do you look outside yourself for happiness, for fulfillment, for a sense of purpose? What if I told you that everything you're searching for is already within you? That's right. You are complete, whole, and perfect just as you are. The moment you truly realize this, the moment you fully embrace yourself, loneliness becomes an impossibility. But here's the thing. This realization doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a journey of self-discovery and self-love. And like any worthwhile journey, it begins with a single step. So let's take that step together, shall we? The first thing we need to understand is that loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about feeling disconnected from yourself, from the world around you, from the divine energy that flows through all of us. But here's the beautiful truth that connection, that sense of oneness, it starts with you. It starts with loving yourself unconditionally, with accepting every part of who you are. Now, I can almost hear some of you saying, but I don't like everything about myself. There are parts of me I wish I could change. And to that, I say, welcome to the human experience. We all have aspects of ourselves that we struggle with. But there's a powerful truth I want you to consider. Those parts of you that you're struggling to accept, they're not flaws. They're not mistakes. They're opportunities for growth, for learning, for becoming an even better version of yourself. So instead of rejecting these parts, why not embrace them? Why not look at them with curiosity and compassion? You see, when you start to view yourself through the lens of love and acceptance, something magical happens. You start to see the beauty in your imperfections. You start to appreciate the unique tapestry of experiences, thoughts, and emotions that make you who you are. And suddenly, being alone doesn't feel lonely anymore. It feels like an opportunity to connect with the most fascinating person you know, yourself. Let me share a little secret with you. The most interesting conversations I've ever had, the most profound insights I've ever gained, they've all happened when I was alone. In those quiet moments of solitude, when the noise of the world fades away, that's when you can truly hear the whispers of your soul. That's when you can tap into the infinite wisdom that resides within you. But here's the catch. You have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to sit with yourself, to face your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. It's not always easy, I'll give you that. Sometimes what we find when we look within ourselves can be uncomfortable. But my friends, that discomfort is the birthplace of growth. It's where transformation begins. Think about it this way. When you're truly comfortable being alone with yourself, when you genuinely enjoy your own company, you become a magnet for positive relationships. Why? Because you're no longer seeking to fill a void. You're not looking for someone to complete you because you already know that you are complete. Instead, you're looking for people who complement you, who add to your joy, who inspire you to grow even further. And let me tell you, there's nothing more attractive than someone who is at peace with themselves. When you radiate self-love and self-acceptance, you light up the world around you, you inspire others to do the same. You become a living example of what's possible when we embrace our true selves. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, but how do I get there? How do I learn to like myself, to enjoy my own company? Well, my friends, it's a process. It's a journey. And like any journey, it begins with a single step. So let me give you a few practical tools to get started. First, practice self-awareness. Take time each day to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What thoughts are running through your mind? Don't judge these thoughts and feelings, simply observe them. This practice of mindfulness will help you develop a deeper understanding of yourself. It's like getting to know a new friend, except that friend is you. Start small. Maybe set aside 5 minutes each morning to sit quietly and observe your thoughts. You might be surprised at what you discover. You might notice patterns in your thinking or uncover beliefs that have been holding you back without you even realizing it. This awareness is the first step towards change. Second, cultivate gratitude. Every day, find something about yourself to be grateful for. Maybe it's your sense of humor, your creativity, your resilience. Maybe it's something as simple as the way you make your morning coffee. The more you focus on what you appreciate about yourself, the more you'll find to appreciate. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for about yourself. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you're grateful for your ability to find joy in small moments, or for your patience in dealing with a difficult situation. Over time, you'll build a beautiful record of your own wonderful qualities. Third, engage in self-care. And I'm not just talking about bubble baths and face masks, although those can be wonderful too. I'm talking about truly taking care of yourself, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Eat foods that nourish your body. Engage in activities that stimulate your mind. Spend time in nature to feed your soul. Treat yourself with the same kindness and consideration you would show to a dear friend. Self-care isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's about honoring your own needs and taking responsibility for your own well-being. When you take care of yourself, you have more to give to others. You're able to show up in the world as your best self. Fourth, challenge yourself. Set goals, learn new skills, push your boundaries. When you accomplish something, no matter how small, it builds your self-confidence. It reinforces the truth that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you have so much to offer to the world. Maybe there's something you've always wanted to learn. A new language, a musical instrument, a craft. Why not start today? The journey of learning something new is not just about acquiring a skill. It's about proving to yourself that you can grow, that you can overcome challenges, that you are resilient and capable. Fifth, and this is crucial, practice self-compassion. We can be our own harshest critics. But imagine if you spoke to your friends the way you sometimes speak to yourself, would you have any friends left? Probably not. So why do we think it's okay to be so hard on ourselves? Instead, try treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a loved one. The next time you make a mistake or face a setback, pause. Take a deep breath, and then speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend who's going through a tough time. Offer yourself words of encouragement and support. Remind yourself that making mistakes is part of being human, and that every setback is an opportunity for growth. Now, here's something I want you to remember. This journey of self-discovery, of learning to love your own company, it's not about becoming perfect. It's not about eliminating all your flaws or never making mistakes. That's not the goal, and frankly, it's not even possible. We're human, after all. We're beautifully, wonderfully imperfect, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's what makes us unique, what makes us interesting, what makes us real. The goal is to embrace all of who you are. The light and the shadow, the strengths and the weaknesses, the certainties and the doubts. It's about looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, you know what? You're pretty amazing, just as you are. It's about finding joy in your own presence, about becoming your own best friend. And let me tell you, when you reach that point, when you truly enjoy your own company, the world opens up in ways you never imagined. Suddenly, solitude becomes a gift rather than a burden. It becomes a chance to reconnect with yourself, to recharge your batteries, to explore your innermost thoughts and dreams. You'll find that you no longer need constant external stimulation or validation. You'll be content sitting in a cafe with just a book for company or taking a long walk in nature with nothing but your thoughts. You'll discover the pleasure of your own laughter, the richness of your own ideas, the depth of your own emotions. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more comfortable you become with yourself, the more authentic connections you'll form with others. Because when you're no longer trying to fill a void, when you're no longer seeking someone to complete you, you're free to form relationships based on genuine affinity and shared values rather than need or fear of being alone. You'll attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are, not for who you pretend to be. You'll have the courage to set healthy boundaries, to say no to relationships that don't serve you, to walk away from situations that don't align with your values. Because you know deep in your heart that you are enough, that you are worthy of love and respect, starting with the love and respect you give yourself. Now, I want to address something important here. Some of you might be thinking, but I'm an extrovert. I get my energy from being around others. Does this mean I'm doing something wrong? Absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the company of others, withdrawing energy from social interactions. That's a beautiful thing too. What I'm talking about here is developing a strong, loving relationship with yourself that exists independently of your relationships with others. It's about finding that inner wellspring of peace and contentment that sustains you even when you're alone. It's about knowing that no matter what happens in your external world, you always have a safe haven within yourself. Because here's the truth, my friends. People will come and go in your life. Relationships will change. Circumstances will shift. But the one constant, the one relationship that will be with you from the day you're born until the day you leave this earth is your relationship with yourself. So doesn't it make sense to make that relationship as loving, as nurturing, as fulfilling as possible? Imagine waking up every morning, excited to spend the day with yourself. Imagine facing challenges with the unwavering support of your own inner cheerleader. Imagine celebrating your victories with your most loyal fan. That's what's possible when you truly embrace yourself, when you genuinely enjoy your own company. Now, I'm not saying this transformation happens overnight. It's a process, a journey. There will be ups and downs. There will be days when you struggle, when old doubts creep in, when self-criticism rears its ugly head. And that's okay. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about consistently choosing self-love over self-criticism, self-acceptance over self-rejection. Every time you catch yourself in negative self-talk, pause. Take a deep breath, and then speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Offer yourself words of encouragement, of understanding, of compassion. Remind yourself of your inherent worth, of your unique gifts, of the light that shines within you. And here's a powerful practice I want to share with you. Each night before you go to bed, take a few moments to appreciate yourself. Think of 3 things you did well that day, 3 qualities you demonstrated, 3 reasons you're proud of yourself. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you smiled at a stranger, or you persevered through a difficult task, or you took a small step towards a goal. Acknowledge these things. Celebrate them. Let them sink into your consciousness. Over time, this practice will rewire your brain. You'll start to naturally focus on your positive qualities, on your accomplishments, on your growth. You'll develop a habit of self-appreciation that will sustain you through life's challenges. Now, let's talk about solitude for a moment. In our hyper-connected world, true solitude has become increasingly rare. We're constantly bombarded with notifications, messages, and the persistent hum of social media. But solitude, my friends, is where the magic happens. It's in those quiet moments alone that we can truly hear our own thoughts, connect with our deepest desires, and tap into our innate creativity. So I challenge you to carve out time for solitude in your life. Start small if you need to. Maybe it's just 5 minutes of quiet reflection in the morning before you start your day. Or perhaps it's a solo walk in nature on the weekend. Whatever form it takes, make solitude a priority in your life. At first, you might feel uncomfortable. You might feel the urge to reach for your phone or turn on the TV to fill the silence. Resist that urge. Sit with the discomfort. Because on the other side of that discomfort is a world of self-discovery and personal. Use this time to explore your thoughts and feelings. Journal if that helps you process your inner world. Or maybe try meditation to quiet your mind and connect with your inner self. The key is to be present with yourself, to listen to your own inner voice without judgment or distraction. As you become more comfortable with solitude, you might find that it becomes a source of renewal and inspiration. You might discover new interests or rediscover old passions. You might find solutions to problems that have been troubling you or gain clarity on important decisions in your life. Remember, enjoying your own company doesn't mean you have to be alone all the time. It's about finding a balance, about being able to enjoy both solitude and companionship. It's about being content whether you're in a crowded room or sitting alone in nature. When you truly enjoy your own company, you bring a different energy to your interactions with others. You're not coming from a place of need or desperation. Instead, you're coming from a place of fullness, of self-sufficiency. You're not looking for others to complete you or to fill a void in your life. You're looking to share your completeness, to connect from a place of wholeness. This shift in energy can transform all of your relationships. Your friendships become deeper and more authentic because you're no longer afraid to show your true self. Your romantic relationships become more fulfilling because you're not relying on your partner to be your everything. Your family relationships improve because you're able to set healthy boundaries and interact from a place of love rather than obligation or resentment. But perhaps the most profound change happens in your relationship with yourself. When you learn to enjoy your own company, you develop a deep sense of self-trust. You become your own source of validation and support. You no longer need constant approval from others because you approve of yourself. This self-trust becomes a powerful foundation for everything you do in life. It gives you the courage to pursue your dreams, to take risks, to step out of your comfort zone, because you know that no matter what happens, you've got your own back. You trust in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. And here's another beautiful thing about enjoying your own company. It allows you to be more present in each moment. When you're comfortable being alone with yourself, you're not constantly seeking distraction or escape. You're able to fully engage with your experiences, to savor the simple joys of life. Imagine being able to sit in a beautiful garden and just be. No need to take a picture for social media, no urge to check your phone, no restless desire to be somewhere else or doing something else. Just you, fully present, fully alive in that moment. That's the gift of enjoying your own company. This presence, this ability to be fully engaged in the moment, it spills over into every aspect of your life. It makes you a better listener, a more attentive friend, a more effective worker. It allows you to find joy in the simple things. A cup of coffee in the morning, the feel of sunshine on your face, the sound of rain on the roof. Now, I want to address something that many people struggle with, the fear of being alone. For some, the thought of spending time alone can trigger anxiety or discomfort. If this resonates with you, I want you to know that it's okay. It's a common experience, and it's something you can overcome. The key is to start small and be patient with yourself. Begin by spending short periods of time alone, doing activities you enjoy. Maybe it's reading a book, taking a leisurely bath, or working on a hobby. Gradually increase the duration of these solo sessions as you become more comfortable. Remember, the goal isn't to isolate yourself from others. It's to develop a sense of comfort and enjoyment in your own company. It's about finding that balance between solitude and connection, between self-reliance and interdependence. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery and self-appreciation, you might encounter some resistance. Old habits and beliefs can be stubborn. You might hear that inner critic piping up, telling you that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve love and happiness. When this happens, and it will, I want you to pause. Take a deep breath, and then gently remind yourself that these thoughts are not facts. They're just old programming, old stories that no longer serve you. Instead of fighting these thoughts or trying to push them away, try observing them with curiosity and compassion. Ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Is it really true? How does it serve me? Often, just shining the light of awareness on these negative thoughts can diminish their power over you. Here's a powerful truth I want you to remember. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You have the power to choose which thoughts you want to believe and act upon. So choose thoughts that uplift you, that inspire you, that remind you of your inherent worth and potential. Now, let's talk about self-talk for a moment. The way you speak to yourself has a profound impact on your self-esteem and your ability to enjoy your own company. Many of us have a habit of negative self-talk, of being our own worst critics. But what if you could change that? What if you could become your own best friend, your own cheerleader? Start paying attention to your inner dialogue. When you catch yourself in negative self-talk, pause, take a deep breath, and then reframe that thought in a more positive, compassionate way. For example, if you find yourself thinking, I'm so stupid, I can't do anything right, try reframing it as, I'm learning and growing every day. It's okay to make mistakes. This might feel awkward or inauthentic at first. That's okay. Like any new habit, it takes time and practice, but I promise you, if you persist, it will become more natural. And as you change your self-talk, you'll find that your relationship with you'll start to genuinely enjoy your own company more and more. Another powerful practice is to start treating yourself as you would treat a loved one. Would you speak to your best friend the way you sometimes speak to yourself? Would you be as critical, as unforgiving? Probably not. So why do we think it's okay? What's that? Next time you're facing a challenge or feeling down, imagine what you would say to a dear friend in the same situation. Then say those words to yourself. Offer yourself the same kindness, the same encouragement, the same understanding that you would offer to someone you love. Remember, self-love isn't selfish. It's not about being narcissistic or self-absorbed. It's about recognizing your own worth, about treating yourself with kindness and respect. And when you truly love and accept yourself, you have so much more love to give to others. Now, I want to address something that many people struggle with. Comparing themselves to others. In today's world of social media, it's all too easy to fall into the comparison trap. We see carefully curated highlights of other people's lives and start to feel like we're falling short. But here's the truth, my friends. Everyone is on their own unique journey. Everyone has their own struggles, their own challenges, their own path to walk. Comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel is not only unfair to yourself, it's also a recipe for unhappiness. Instead of comparing yourself to others, try comparing yourself to who you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth, your own progress. Celebrate your own victories no matter how small they might seem. Because every step forward, every bit of growth is something to be proud of. And remember, you are unique. There is no one else in this world quite like you. You have your own special combination of talents, experiences, and perspectives. Embrace that uniqueness because it's what makes you you. Now let's talk about purpose for a moment. Many people believe that to be happy, to enjoy their own company, they need to have everything figured out. They need to know their life's purpose, to have clear goals and a detailed plan for achieving that. But here's the thing. Life isn't always that clear-cut. And that's okay. Your purpose isn't something you find once and for all. It's something that unfolds over time, something that evolves as you grow and change. So instead of putting pressure on yourself to have it all figured out, focus on living with purpose in each moment. Ask yourself, what can I do right now that aligns with my values? How can I make a positive difference, however small, in this moment? When you approach life this way, you'll find that every moment becomes meaningful. Every interaction, every task, every quiet moment alone becomes an opportunity to live with purpose. And that sense of purpose, that feeling of contributing something positive to the world, it's incredibly fulfilling. It makes your own company that much more enjoyable. Now, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier, the idea of self-trust. When you truly enjoy your own company, when you're comfortable in your own skin, you develop a deep sense of self-trust. You trust your own judgment, your own intuition, your own ability to handle whatever life throws your way. This self-trust is incredibly empowering. It gives you the courage to take risks, to pursue your dreams, to speak your truth. It allows you to set healthy boundaries in your relationships and to make decisions that are true to who you are, rather than decisions based on what others expect of you. Building self-trust takes time and practice. It involves keeping promises to yourself, honoring your own needs and values and learning from your mistakes rather than berating yourself for them. Each time you follow through on a commitment you've made to yourself, each time you listen to your intuition, and it leads you in the right direction, you're building that self-trust. And as your self-trust grows, you'll find that your enjoyment of your own company deepens because you know that you've got your own back. You know that you can rely on yourself, that you can trust your own judgment and intuition. Now let's talk about creativity for a moment. When you're comfortable being alone with yourself, when you enjoy your own company, you open up space for creativity to flourish. In the quiet moments of solitude, free from external distractions and expectations, your mind can wander, explore, and make new connections. This is where inspiration often strikes. This is where new ideas are born. Whether you consider yourself a creative person or not, I believe that we all have a wellspring of creativity within us. And solitude, the enjoyment of our own company, can help us tap into that wellspring. So I encourage you to make space for creativity in your life. It doesn't matter if you're painting a masterpiece or doodling in a notebook, writing a novel or jotting down your thoughts in a journal, composing a symphony or humming a tune in the shower. What matters is that you're expressing yourself, that you're allowing your unique voice to come through. And here's the beautiful thing about creativity. It's not about the end product. It's about the process. It's about the joy of creation, the pleasure of self-expression. When you create for the sheer enjoyment of it, without worrying about the outcome or what others might think, you're nurturing your relationship with yourself. You're saying, my ideas matter, my voice matters, I matter. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this thought. The journey to enjoying your own company, to becoming your own best friend, it's a lifelong journey. It's not a destination you reach once and for all. It's a practice, a way of living, a continual choice to honor and cherish yourself. There will be days when it's easy, when you feel completely at peace with yourself. And there will be days when it's challenging, when old doubts and insecurities resurface. That's okay. That's part of the human experience. The key is to approach yourself with kindness and compassion, no matter what. Remember, you are on a journey of growth and self-discovery. Every experience, every challenge, every moment of joy or sorrow, it's all part of your unique story. Embrace it all, learn from it all, and most importantly, love yourself through it all. Because when you truly enjoy your own company, when you genuinely like the person you're alone with, you'll never be lonely. Instead, you'll find that solitude is a gift, a chance to connect with the most fascinating person you know, yourself. And from that place of self-love and self-acceptance, you'll be ready to embrace life with open arms, to form genuine connections, to make your unique mark on the world. So my friends, I challenge you to fall in love with your own company, to become your own best friend, to embrace your solitude as an opportunity for growth, for self-discovery, for joy, because you are worthy of your own love and companionship. You are enough just as you are. Remember, you cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. And you, with all your quirks, your strengths, your challenges, your dreams, you are absolutely worth liking. More than that, you are worth loving. So start today. Start right now. Look in the mirror and say, I like you. I accept you. I'm excited to spend time with you. Because when you become your own best friend, when you truly enjoy your own company, you'll never be lonely again. Instead, you'll find that solitude is a gift, a chance to connect with the most fascinating person you know, yourself. And from that place of self-love and self-acceptance, you'll be ready to embrace life with open arms, to form genuine connections, to make your unique mark on the world. Remember, you're enough, you're worthy, you're loved. And the greatest love story of your life is the one you have with yourself. Embrace it, nurture it, and watch as it transforms your world from the inside out. Thank you, my friends. May you always find joy in your own company, and may you always remember the beautiful, worthy, miraculous being that you are. Go forth and love yourself fiercely, unapologetically, and completely. The world needs your light, your love, your unique gifts, and it all starts with you embracing the wonderful person you are when you're alone. Here's to the beautiful journey of self-discovery and self-love that awaits you. Enjoy every moment of it.